Harden. Our ancestor came to Ireland, was called Abraham, and he was a school teacher, so he knew how to multiply and produce lots of descendants. This is Ireland, of course, as you know, now getting very familiar with this map, but our ancestor came and started a school in County Kildare, just about here. If anybody, no, I won't say, I'm not going to issue an open invitation, but I live up here, just south of the border, and County Cork is down there for those people who want to know where Cork is. So we started this school in 1726, and it educated the first Irish cardinal. So even though it was a Quaker school, our people were Quakers, there was a local man, Catholic, who became Ireland's first cardinal. I better say a bit about the Quakers. The Quakers were a sort of splinter group which arose in England at the time of Cromwell, and what they did not want to do was pay tithes. They didn't want to have middlemen, priests, they didn't want to have fancy churches, so they set up their own group called the Society of Friends, or the Quakers. Anyway, that's the school, there's not much left, it's just a door left. And then progressed on, having done well in the community, into milling. One aspect of the Quakers which I quite like is that when you die, that's the end. Your death is a leveller. So initially their burial grounds had no headstones at all. So if you wanted to go and put some flowers on your dad's grave or something, it was rather difficult. There were maps. And then after that, they had a standardized, with a few exceptions here, standardized headstone with specific sizes, which when my father died a few years ago, we gave him one. So I quite like the idea, when you die, you don't show off, you just, you're dead like everybody else, and that's it. Jonathan Shackleton's father then was descended from Abraham. He was a local would-be farmer, more of a gentleman farmer, at a place called Kilkee House. And his wife was Henrietta. Now, it was quite an interesting mix. Henry was a, dare I say, hard-working, honest, diligent Quaker type. And his wife was descended from the Normans, who came to Ireland in the 12th century. So they can't really be blamed for anything that went wrong subsequently. But she, I think, she was an incredible woman, had 10 children, and gave a bit of romance to the rather more steady, severe, austere Quaker background of his father. So he was born actually at 5 a.m., 15th of February 1874, Kilkee House, County Kildare, which is near Athy, which is a town in Ireland. There's a wonderful autumn school every year where we get fantastic speakers, including the writer of that wonderful book in the shop called Hoosh. Athy is famous for being the place where love was first made in Ireland, which was in a thatched cottage near Athy. Now, none of you are going to get that, but don't think about it too carefully. The house is still there, a lovely family called the Green, Richard and Claudia Green, who are very welcoming, and Shackleton was born in this room upstairs. Running through this, and also past the school and the mill, was the River Grease, where the family, used to be a family saying, you go for a swim in the River Grease and come out dripping. And of course, as you, I don't know about saying something stupid here, but as you know, the ability to swim is not necessarily an asset in cold Antarctic waters. At the age of 6 then, Ernest Shackleton with the family moved to Dublin, to Mulver Road, where his father then had decided enough of this farming, and there was a depression in farming, to be a doctor. And he qualified